Bonjour, hi, welcome to Behind My Cloud. I'm Frank Boucher, a cloud advocate that work at Microsoft, but here, this is behind the scene. You are in my dev space, the place where I have fun, where I code, like though I have fun anywhere when I do my job. I like my job. But this is my me time walking the talk, coding with you, building stuff. And today we are making a step back to make to better progress. A little while ago, let me share like this way. Oop, what? Why? Come on. And here you should see, no, the other way? Yeah, the other way. Here you should see my screen, but it's not showing up. What if, let's try something. Is that working? Is that helping? There it is. Cool. Okay, let's go back. The URL shortener has been acquired recently by, not acquired, but has been moved under the Microsoft account. And I was very thrilled. This is a project that I created a little while ago because I do a lot of video and I thought, you know, showing long video, like, you know, blah, 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 slash, blah, blah, slash. It was not useful. You know, I think I have an image. Where is it? I think I removed the image. I removed the image. But yeah, the idea was just to make a URL shortener, walking the talk using Azure subscription, so you have the control from everything. You have your own stats, so you're not like using, there's other pretty good Bitly and other URL shortener, but I was like, you know, I think I can make one that will be super budget friendly and everything. So I did that, and it's using Azure. Costs, for me, like in my subscription, my personal subscription that I pay for, because you have a few calls for free, for like I'm using very budget friendly resources, and because there's a little bit of transaction that you have kind of for free each month. For me right now, it's like 10 cents, I think it costs me, or 25 cents by month, plus the domain, because you need to buy a domain, but that's up to you. Yeah, so I really like that. And recently it's been moved under Microsoft open source account. Microsoft is very active in the open source world, if you didn't know. So they do this, they change a few things. We had two projects. So we had the URL shortener, kind of the backend stuff, like the service, the API, if you think about it. And because for my purposes as like a streamer and like YouTuber and all those things, I want to use one URL multiple times. So most of the time, and I'm not doing it in a batch, I'm doing like case by case. I want to share a blog post, a documentation page. So we build an interface. We build like a friendly website, like an admin tool, right? And there's a screenshot here. So, and that other project was in another Azure repo called Tiny Blazor admin. And when Microsoft got it, so you know what, let's merge them all in one repo. So now it's part of the same repo, but documentation didn't follow as well. So or like there's probably a few things that are still missing. So the planner, and like recently going through the issues, yeah, documentation is not up to date. So I want to validate. Like, I don't need to validate. There's already two people saying and validate, and I believe that, you know, could be just like a URL and everything is fine. But then, like, if you try, like, I make a point to have this tool being easy to deploy. So right now, if like there's an error in one URL, it's not working. So we'll try to deploy, and as we go, we will make the change to fix it. So that's the plan. Will we finish for like in this today's stream everything? I don't know. If we do finish, we can work on other projects I'm working on. I think not another project, but like another branch of that project. So definitely today the stream is about the URL shortener. So .NET, Azure, so the Microsoft Cloud. Probably do a little bit of ARM template. Will be nice to upgrade to biceps, but in fact, will be nice to have someone doing it. I'm not sure I have time to do it, but I would love to have it in biceps so it's easier to maintain in the future. So yeah, so oh, I have a pull request. Oh yeah, I have this. Oh, did I got, yeah. And if you wonder, right now, I'm in my second subscription. So if you want to see my stuff, I'm F Boucher in GitHub, not F Boucheros. But because F Boucher has admin right on this GitHub repo and it's a Microsoft account, I would need to be on my Microsoft machine and stuff like that. So I created another account with less permission. So I could go, today I'm on Linux, I'm on my personal laptop since I'm streaming, I like that. So yeah, so the plan of today is this. So you know what, let's add a to-do. So to-do add, just let's say try to deploy. Try to deploy. And it's there. So to-do start. I need to change that too. I need to-do start 1. There it is. We have 1 task and we are already on it. I missed the stream last week. I was pretty I was presenting. In fact, at this time, the event was starting. It was at Quebec City. So I live around Montreal, so Quebec City. Pretty interesting. Okay, so how do you deploy? So I'm here. Now I want to deploy. So deploy to Azure. We should click that button. Step deployment, we could go here. So one thing I will check is, let's copy this thing and then I will open, come on. Close this folder. No, not the editor, the folder. Okay, perfect. This is huge. I just want to compare the URL. And I will go full screen. So GitHub, Microsoft URL shortener, wiki, how to deploy. Okay, so this doesn't deploy, this send us to the wiki. Okay, that's good. So this, but it's the step by step. It's true, it's not the deployment. And here, if we click and see, and where is it? Copy link address. And let's paste that here. Well, like this. Okay, so here we have Portal Azure create Microsoft template, and then we have the raw GitHub user content, Microsoft, and then AZ URL shortener, main, source, deployment, Azure deploy JSON. Okay, cool. So look like this will deploy the Azure deploy JSON file. So it should be good, but let's validate with the other link. I have one window. What's that? Okay. Ubuntu upgrade is available. Ask me later, please. Okay, so we have that. So now let's go here. Do I want to open another tab? Yes, because I will be in the wiki, and I think I will need to still have access to those files and the wiki though. This is under Frank. Is my code is up to date. Protect this branch. Sync the fork. Let's sync the fork. This branch is not behind. Okay, cool. Because, you know, if I'm doing changes, I need to have the latest and greatest. Okay, so how do you deploy the Azure Shortener? Deployment. If you want to use a tiny Blazor static mana, you must first follow the steps for the tiny... to deploy the URL shortener resource in your subscription, click this. Also, I'm guessing this... Nah. Okay. So here, if we copy the link, copy link address, and we paste that, I feel it's the same, right? Microsoft, URL shortener, main, deployment, Azure deploy. Yeah. So those two links are definitely identical. But the problem, if I go back into the issue, I think it was the... your documentation seems to be way out of date. Comes try to Blazor frontend. Okay. Okay, we'll have a look to that. So if you want to use the tiny, so this go to the tiny readme, and this is wiki how to deploy this. Let's go here. Oh yeah, because no. Cloud 5-minute shortener tool. I have too many pages open. Howdy, y'all. Friday, Blazor, Mr. Magoo. How are you? That rhymes, right? It is Friday. It is coding time. With French fries. I'm craving for popcorn, like butter popcorn. Tonight, I need to find anything on YouTube, Netflix, whatever. But I need to watch something and like eat popcorn. I'm craving like all week long of like, yeah, I want popcorns. Did I land? I landed. Whoop whoop. Also, Surly did a bot. I always thought he was doing it, but no, like he did a. That's cool. The new Black Mirror. I think I'm one season behind on Black Mirror. But yeah, okay. Thanks for the. I'm always struggling with Black Mirror. I feel like it's really dark and it like it's good, but it affects my moral, like my mood. Yeah, my mood. You know, like if I watch too much of that, I feel like depressed. Like, yeah, there's no hope. I don't know, maybe last time I watched I was too tired. But it's good. Like I each episode they hook me and it's great. But not each episode, but like most of the episode, it's really good. Okay, because you know, there's always episode that you're nah. Not so dark. Okay, cool. Well, I'm still in season 2, I think. So the new, you said the new. Because it's season 3 now. Don't tell me it's season 4 and I'm like super late. I don't know. Like I know like there was one new season and I didn't follow because I had other stuff. Okay, so everywhere now. What should I do? So your document seem to be way out of date when it comes to try to use the Blazor front end. The repo where it used to be located says it's been deprecated and moved where the backend files are, though I can't seem to find them or update the instruction to the, okay. Current instruction that I can find seems to send you in a circle, tell you copy the repo, which I can't find. The next step is to deploy the backend, but the ARM template from the backend say that you need to have an existing SWAT name from the deployment front end. Okay. Oh, really? Season 6. Oh my god. No. Really? Maybe I watched more than one season though. I don't know. Should I check? No, I won't open Netflix here, but because I don't want to have like rights stuff, for sounds and copyright thing. But okay, I will check. But thanks, Mr. Magoo. I'm a big consumer of TV show and movies, and like I like that. I think like most of people. Okay, so the goal is to try to deploy the Blazor. Okay. What was it? I can definitely attest this. I cannot see how we can deploy Blazor as it linked to a deprecated project and sends you back to the URL shortener project, which obviously send you back to the okay. Can attest this too. We're trying to figure out things how to deploy. I was able to deploy this on my VM. I don't want to say I figured out how to automate it because I did not. It required a lot of tinkering of the Azure portal. Eventually I got it working though. However, I do have another question. This may be out of scope for this project, but I was wondering if there is any functionality baked in to separate link access based on users. Nope. Don't think so. I was able to utilize a role management blade on Azure Provision Admin Access, and that seems to be working perfectly. I guess to be a little bit more specific on my question, is there a way to limit which link are... Oh yeah, that would be cool, huh? But no. That would, is it too low? And I can also make it a little bit bigger. How was your week? How was your week, Mr. Magoo, by the way? Okay, so let's try to deploy the Blazor stuff. So here. Okay, yeah, because now the Blazor say first thing first, you need the copy the repository, or like we already have. Oh yeah, but then because docs is now in the wiki, the information doesn't follow. That could be a problem. It's a hot week in the UK. Been going to bed while it's 30. Blah! Oh, that's not fun. 30 degrees is like not fun when you're not used to it. I have friends that are so comfortable in 30, but then like they are freaking out at 10 Celsius. But on the upside, GitHub Copilot has been doing my work for me. Awesome. Awesome. Is it Copilot or Copilot Chat? Or Companion? Is it just like the one who kind of like makes suggestions, gray out suggestions, or the one that is like, you know, a chat and you chat with it? I love Copilot, but like, you know, like you see me coding here on stream. So we should change the images here because it's not Tiny Blazor admin anymore. So after a few seconds, you should now have your version, and if you need more details, go here. So, okay, so we should change the images. Okay, so I'm not sure what am I. How do I'm keeping track of what needs to be done? Should I put it in the to-dos? I think I should put it in the to-dos. But I'm worried that it won't be enough. Like enough space to see everything. Okay, let's do that. So to do, add, update images in wiki. Both. I'm on the waiting list for the chat, but found installing the extension just to enable it anyway. Oh really? Oh really? Interesting. So I will have to try that. I will definitely try it today because like I'm planning to do a lot of like so though probably today will be a lot of low code stuff. I have a lot of Power Automate thing. Fun fact, a few stream ago we coded a Power Automate flow to export Azure DevOps work item to the planner. You know, I was on my Windows machine, my Microsoft laptop, like in the real Azure DevOps for Microsoft stuff, and I showed that to my team, my manager, and they loved it. So now I need to make more of it. So I will do one more writing documentation so people could just like, you know, duplicate and like change the query used to extract stuff. And I think I will probably do like a blog post and maybe a video about that. That would be cool. In fact, we could should we? I'm not sure. I don't think I want to do it live here because I like to have the clouds and like this is like very cloudy, but then when I record video, sometimes I like things a little bit more clean, less noisy. I don't want the to-do and things like that, so I feel it would be better if I'm not doing it though. But yeah, don't tell anyone. That it's working, you mean? I won't say it. It's fine. And it's a safe stream here. There I don't have a lot of viewers. I want to start streaming twice a week though. And like, so for me now it's the morning. And I think the other stream could be in the afternoon. Though I like morning, but I think the other stream could be in the afternoon. And I'm wondering if I should start streaming in French, but I think I like English. It's really good for me to practice my English, but yeah. Okay, so we did that. Obviously, we need to change this because of that. And obviously, we need to change this because it's Tiny Blazor admin. It needs to be now on the URL shortener. So yeah, okay, so this is not good. So deploy this. There's 3 ways, no, there are many ways you can deploy them. Using a static web app, open the portal and do this. So I'm guessing because now the path is not correct. Because the path now is source, and then you go here. Well, yeah, that's exactly what it was, right? Source, Tiny Blazer admin. Yeah. Was it updated? So images are not good, but the rest of it look legit. Okay, so I want to check this. I want to understand what's this deploy to Azure. So this should deploy the backend, right? So here it says that the resource group region, the base name, existing, swap name. I don't like skip this resource. If provided, then this is the name already created of the static web app in this resource group. Ah, so it needs to be in the same resource group. Okay, so let's add a to-do for that. So to-do, add, specify resource so it's there, right? Optional. Skip this resource if provided this name is the currently already created resource group. If not, this. So we need also probably to change it because here I say if you want to use the Tiny Blazer static, you must first deploy doing this, and then when you land there, say first thing first, you need to do this. Oh yeah. Okay. No, so you don't need to. Deploy the Blazer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a fancy arrow. Yeah, I think it should be good. But how? So configuration. So we can use a default. Custom domain. Wait. Yeah, so we need to connect the two. Okay, so that's probably the step missing, because you deploy a static web app without an API, but then you need to add the API. And here adding the custom domain doesn't help, I think. So next step, you need to do this. Here we could say, hey, if you want, and if it's not already done, deploy the URL shortener. Okay, cool. Okay. So here it's probably where we want to specify that it needs to be in the same resource group. Okay. So resource will be created quickly, but the function app code deploy will take a few minutes. Once your deployment is complete, this is the following: Azure function ending with FA. This is the API that will serve as performance retention, the redirection, API service plan, the application inside, the storage, static web if previously deploy, use this UI to manage the data. That's cool. So that's great. In your favorite browser, do this. That's great. So the only thing missing is specifying the connection between the two. So let's go for now. Let's go just. It's not like super secret. Do I have? I think I changed this view. Do I have? I just wanna. I'm sorry. I just need to validate. So I have a demo. So I did try to do this here. So we can follow the instruction, but I think the problem will be that if I do this, it deploys everything. But then the admin just want to go here while I'm authenticating. I'm not even sure I create authentication for that one. What? So it worked. Wait, what? So I'm here. Configuration. Maybe general settings? How does it know? Because I'm targeting this. The API. Function app. Manage. Yeah. Okay, so let's try a thing. I'm not sure it will work though, but let's give it a try. So what I want to do is I think deploy the URL shortener by specifying that the function is here. The API is in that folder. No, I cannot do that. It needs to be standalone. But how? What? How does it know? Forgot. Oh, I hate that. How does it know? Where is it? Did I close the window? I did close the window. Okay, well, let's give it a try. So, we'll create a new resource, and it will be a static web app. Voila, static web app. Create new resource group. We'll call that test doc. The name will be test doc admin. And we'll go with a free. We'll go with ES2S2. And from GitHub. Now before, oh, interesting. Yeah, we'll need to do something. But here first, where it was... Okay, so that's my stuff. Did I already have workflows? I think I didn't. Right, okay, cool. I don't have any actions. Excellent. I don't, you know, I think I never deploy from here, so we'll give it a try. So account, oh, I have that open. So do you want to authorize? Yeah. Cool. So organization, it will be Fucheros. Repository should be easy. I have only one. Branch, that will be main. So build preset, I want to go with Blazor. So now client. So that's the, yeah, so that's what it's specify in the docs. Okay, so where I am, so .src cloud blah 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 blah. So let's copy this. I don't know, I'm on another tab here. So instead of clients, I need to put that. API, I need to leave it blank, right? And the, where is it? Yeah, API location should left blank. So you need to delete. Maybe that's the thing. I need to specify to people, hey, delete. Let's add it to do. And output location should be left as, okay, cool. So we have it now, right? So I should go click this. Excellent. Oh. What? Why I have like a funky name? Okay. That was strange. So test doc is my things. So now it should be deploying. So if I go back here and refresh this page. No? Workflow. So now I have a workflow. Yeah. So action. Okay. So now it's deploying. Excellent. So now we have, oh, wow. Here it's so dark. There's a lot of rain, but it's good because it helps with all the fire in the north of Quebec. Was causing last week a lot of smoke in New York and things like that. But today, because of all the rain, we have the smoke. But that's, you know, better have a smoke than fires. A little bit less destructive. So update images will need to have, oh, I should have took screenshot. What can I go? Resource group clarification. Yeah, I will need to maybe edit that image. I don't know. Or maybe I just edit the text. Yeah, I think I will add a note. So open the portal, blah, 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 static web app, create button. Be sure to choose a standard plan with the API. Also, be sure to choose the GitHub back. Okay. Oh. Standard for general purposes and production app. What? Also, be sure to choose the GitHub account. Be sure to choose the standard plan since the API bring your own. Ah, I think I forgot to do that. Web hosting, GitHub integration. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I need to use the standard plan. I didn't do that. It won't work. Okay, I need to delete that. Yeah, I have no choice, isn't it? Yeah. So standard plan, overage bandwidth. Yeah. Okay. What's the price? No, I could use that. Can I? Yeah, I can. I really need to change all that. So that was the thing. Before we moved, we had a URL shortener. So the, okay, yeah. Do I have a diagram? I think I had a diagram. If I go here, and I think I created one here. Yeah. So before, I had the function app. And the function app was just the redirect. So you had no admin stuff in it. So I don't need to have any security or anything. It was just like, and inside that was the tiny Blazor. Can I make it bigger? Can I, if I go F11, where is it? Nope. I need to do this. That's a little bit better. Right? So before it was like that. And it was great because for my purposes, I had an admin tool where I could list, create new URL, and like see the stats. Perfect. And here it was the redirect. That was like everything was getting this. But for the clients where like they just want to like send, let's say, a bunch of SMS using short URL, they want everything in one because everything is secure. They want just one function app. So that's why I thought doing this where I put the core and then I could just like wrap it up inside and just say like do a wrapper so I don't recode everything, but I could have like different versions. Say, hey, what do you want? Like, do you want the Blazor? So here's the like the secure way. Because if I deploy the function app today, there's everything in it. So people could hack your URL shortener. I need to work on that like ASAP. So right. because I don't want people to deploy that if it's unsafe. So let's go see the code. Oh, you know what? I have it. Do I have it? Let's see. Do I have it locally? Oh, I have Visual Studio open right here. Close this. Don't save. Let's open the file. Open the folder. I mean. And we'll go in Frank, Dev, GitHub, Evros, URL shortener. Open this. Okay, so no, just no. Just want to navigate easily the code, please. No dev container, no nothing. So in source, the function is here. So I have all the functions. So let's say I want to see create. Oh yeah, because I'm not in I'm an open API, but authorization level is anonymous. This is bad. Yeah. So this is unsecure. If you deploy that, anybody can call whatever name you have and add API this, and you're done. Except if we protect it under API management. But it's another resource and it's not documented. Ah, oh, damn it. So we really need to have that stuff implemented. Hoopalai, 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 hoopalai. And I'm not sure how to implement properly. Like, where is it? Nope, I want to go back here. Where was... I want to do that. I would like to have a shortener core, contains everything. It's a NuGet package, and then you just implement what you want, whatever. But that's a big rework, I think. That touch everything. Oh my god. So yeah, so you had the URL shortener light and the URL shortener CLI. Well, it's not CLI. Oh yeah, in the CLI, you do everything. You just call a function. Well, maybe URL shortener full or something like that. Because otherwise I need to pass the key. And the key is, yeah, maybe I should, okay. I will need to validate that. Is the key should be enough to do add is, what is it again in the code? The authentication level, the authorization, I forgot. What's the key? Yeah, authorization level. And then what was the 3 options we had? Like we had admin, function, user, system. So function should be enough, and then you need to pass a key. So you need to know the key. That should be enough. But is it enough? We'll have to dig into that. You know, that was more a note, but we won't fix all of that today. Okay, so let's validate the point. So now the Azure function is here. So we have a Blazor admin. If I go here, yeah, we have it, but shouldn't be able to log in because I didn't create any security, right? So when you do it, you need to consent, obviously. So grant consent, and then I shouldn't have anything because I'm not part of the security. So now what I need to do is go in role management and so the tiny Blazor, I deployed that, blah blah blah. Cool. So it's deploying configuration. You need to add the custom domain. It's not important. Create an invite for admin role. So you need to go from the portal, open and you need to add the admin and just type the URL. Okay, so here I go in role management. I create an invite. The role will be this. And then I will just move this here. You can see it anyway elsewhere, but just, you know, try to not be that obvious. Cool. So I have a link. Oops. Well. Okay, why? What did I do wrong? Isn't what I'm supposed to be doing? Bonjour. Hi. Bragbird! How are you, my friend? Oh, that looks promising. Come on. Maybe? Nah. How could you miss it? How are you, Fragbird? Did I do a typo? Generate. Okay. Okay, so I'm part of admin. There's no extra space. Okay, so we have our resource. So now we need to deploy the... I have a talent, yeah. I'm well, being riding my bike a ton. Did you? Oh, like, I want to see that. Oh, like, is it available on demand? Or it was just like streaming? I don't know. Whoops. I don't know if I share, but like I like to carry my camera. I like photography and things, so I have that you know, a bag that go in your on your handlebar for me between the drops, and because you know this kind of bags are done to be like stuff, I don't know, with sleeping bag or cloth or something like that, but I carry my camera in it, so it kind of, you know, bend and it touched the wheel, and it took like a few seconds, and it make a hole. So I put the patch, and stressed out. I just throw the bag, and my dog freaked out. And yeah, so I was looking for another solution. So I may carry now my camera in a sling bag. I don't really like that. I have some vids. I just started Twitch streams. Some of my... It's right. What's... These wisps... What's the Z or Z with rides? Is it the thing? I don't know that word. Is it a typo, or is it like a real... Oh, indoor cycling. So if I... Yeah, that's cool. I got like a new bag, a new sleeping mat, sleeping bag. Well, it's not a sleeping bag, it's a quilt. Because my stock was, even if it was small, it was more backpacking and it was too big. So I needed like go smaller and smaller, and also I want to use the same equipment for kayaking. And my sea kayak that I have is not like, it's not a sea kayak. It looks like a sea kayak, and for like people who don't know, it is a sea kayak. But people who know, I was like, well, it's too short because it's just like 14 foot long instead of like 16. That's the minimum to be a sea kayak. So I have less room in my docks to put equipment, so I need tiny equipment. But yeah. I usually cool. I just bought Zen BV. I bought the basic, is it base core bed? I think they call it. I didn't like. I was looking for a solution. I was looking for something compact. I went to like a mountain equipment co-op. Here's a outdoor store, very popular, that come from US. But now we also have that in Canada, and like talked to like a sales guy. He knew his stock inside out. It was really good. Sold me like a mummy sleeping bag, super tiny, awesome, and even good. And like, because here temperature could vary a lot, so like, you know, it was like kind of like -2 or something like that, so I could go even like in the falls or spring, and I intend to do that too. But like that mummy, I was tight. And the zipper like couldn't open much, and I was like, during the summer I will cook in there. What's the word? I will just like boil. Like I couldn't really open it. Like, yeah. So that's why I decided to return it and went to the Zen BV. But yeah. But I need to go out. I didn't go out. Like the past few weekends, my daughter moved out of the house. Big step, right? So spent some time like moving, and like she moved 2 hours away, so a lot of driving. Mother's Day this weekend, Father's Day, springtime, so a lot of work to do on the. I'm not complaining. A lot of work around the house. Even like everything just explode. And now with all the rain, next time it's sunny, it will just go crazy. But this morning I was like, okay, let's go out. I brought some. I had still some stuff because in winter I have like lights plant. I like bonsais and orchid and stuff, so I have like a lot of LED lamp, so I could have my plants in my office because I'm in the basement. And but now it's time to go out, so I brought a bunch of stuff, and I grow salads for my wife and stuff like that. And I still have a few, so I say, you know what, it's raining for a few days, let's bring them. Like, you don't want to have like a too much of a shock where like it's super hot and like big sun and everything. So like, say a weekend of rain sounds like a good time. Everyone outside. Yeah, I heard that from Mr. Magoo saying that, and even my manager, he's in the UK, and was saying that temperature was crazy. That 32 is pretty high, right, for this time of the year for you? Usually you have that more in July, August, like here, I think. Here we have up and down, but people were looking, very looking for rain because we have a lot of huge fires in north. And like, I don't know if you saw on news last week in New York, the air quality was bad because of those fire. But in Maria, we didn't have been touched by the fire, but also by the smoke. So somehow, I think it was just passing a little bit more west of the city, or like between, I don't know, or maybe too high because of the wind or something like that, and then falling back down, back in New York, because I'm in between, so I don't know how come they had the smoke and we didn't. But today we have an alert of smog and stuff because of that. Okay. Those height note overlay usually. Yeah. Okay, so now we have that. So now let's deploy the URL shortener. How to deploy the URL shortener? Click here. So I will control click. And now we need to pick the same resource group. So it was doc test or test doc, forgot. Test doc. Voila. So I will keep this. Here we need the name. So I think we called it. I think I don't remember the name. Overview. So it was Tustec admin. Voila. So nope. Voila. I think I will go check the ARM template to understand what's happening. Cool. One thing here is I will probably need to upgrade the plan. Copy. Host plan. Oh, I was standard. Cool. Okay, so now this is happening. This is great. This is great. Are you planning to ride this weekend? I don't think I will ride. So we're just waiting. The deployment is in process. So resource will be created pretty quickly, but then the code need to be synced. Oh, yeah, it should be good. I was in my, no, damn, I was in Microsoft one. We'll see how it goes. So what is it? So that was, so we did that. So now we are doing this deployment, source group, region, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I didn't need to agree on anything. Interesting. Result. Okay. But then how do... I will need to go then and like assign one to the other. Pretty sure I need to do something like that. How many days? 80 kilometers, 84 kilometers is a pretty big day if it's in one day. Is it one day? And 800 meters of elevation, that's pretty cool. I think the more kilometer I did in one day. But did you not do like a race or something recently? You're in better shape than I do. I think the more I did was about 50 kilometers. And also I tried to carry stuff to, you know, train. I'm not like my wife does, but my wife is a triathlete, so she bike like every day mostly. Yeah, I remember it was that was cool. I like that. I think I did submit that I want to participate or some kind of like virtual race, but though like it is virtual race, but it is outside. But I think it didn't work because I didn't receive anything. And you just need to make your 5 kilometers or like 25, I don't know, like I forgot what it was, but like you challenge yourself, and if you do it correctly, then like you have like a t-shirt, but not a t-shirt, but like a bike shirt. So I don't like I don't care on others, even like the shorts. I feel like I don't like that look on me. It's fine for others, but not for me. Come on, it's long. Let's deploy it. Deployment in progress. Let's try again. So I'm leading. Am I the only one who landed today? I think I am. Oh, voila, Mr. Magoo. Yay! 99! Okay, Mr. Magoo. You're leading, you're the best. Yay. That was a pretty good score. You look in the middle. Okay, cool. The resource group are created. So resource are here. So now we could go and try to make it so the API is this Azure function. And I think that's the missing thing here, right? Because yeah, like if you do this now, I could try to deploy using like whatever and then doing the test. But the thing is, I want to use it from my URL shortener, so I think I need to specify the backend. And I think right now this if I go here and go in the deployment center, I think it's still in deployment. So like the resources is there. Oh, look like it's done. Excellent. So let's have a look. So if I'm here, I take this and then add test. Should go and land on Azure. It worked. Cool. So that's great. So now I need to say that this is the backend of my URL shortener. So here I have, oh, let's go. Frank, in your corner. So this is my admin. This is my static web app that we deployed earlier today. I know, I'm sorry, I'm going all over the places. So now we need to go in APIs here. And now I will be able to set my, oh, look at that. It did it. Right? HGDGJ. Well, yeah, it's the same. It is the same. Okay. So now if I go to my Blazor, right, so if I do this, now I have that. Do I need to do this? HTTPS. Yeah, it went. But the URL I created was wrong. What? I did a typo? No, that would be the first time. Oh yeah, miss a S here. Save. So if I copy that and try it again. Yay! So you can all try it, chat. This is a Fragbird themed URL. So it's working. But the point now is I could call, if I open oh, it's called when you cannot sleep, you are forgot the name of the tool. Insomnia. So let's create a new request. So so here we have this URL. Let's open VS Code. We'll open a new page. So my point is, if I do this, that's the URL shortener, right? That's the function. So if I do this API and then, I don't know, list URL or URL list, voila, I think I will get all the URL created. Yeah. There is no password protection, no nothing. So we need to change that. So just changing to use the at least putting the authentication, the authorization level. If we go back in, oh, I was in Azure in VS Code. So back in here, if this is the code of the Azure function, right? If here authorization level, if I put at least function, you'll have to pass a key. At least. But I don't want to break anything, so I may need to validate with the team, because I know they implement that. But I think we should definitely at least have the key. But then I will need to configure that key somewhere. Okay, so one thing that is pretty cool, and I want to validate that, because you remember I was expecting, like, how can the URL shortener know about the function? So that's pretty cool. So what the team did, and I'm saying the team because when the project was brought from my account and merged to not merge, but migrate to Microsoft account, there was a team of like awesome people over there that took my code, our code, look into it. That was very scary moment for me. And they kind of did a few things because they had a project with a client. I think I already talked about it on the stream about like a healthcare solution in New York State. Don't say. So they probably changed something in the ARM template. But where is that ARM template? I don't see it. Is it in source? Deployment, I guess. Tools. Oh, that's cool. Interesting. So now in source, there's tool, there's deployment. So in deployment, we have this here. So let's close this and let's dig. Existing static web app application name, right? So if I search for this, if I go down, they create a variable here. And then deploy tiny admin if equal to parameter. What? If equal parameter existing. Okay. They skip it or not. Okay. So I'm guessing, let's go down. Okay, so that was the 3 times. So here should check. So now we are in the ARM template that define the structure of the resource. There's a condition. That's pretty cool. So our checking here is we like, are we doing anything with the tiny Blazor? I mean, if yes, then the deploy that. They changed this queue for standard, so that's why I said, oh, it was done. It wasn't. It was the ARM template who changed it. That's pretty cool. Oh. So do I need to have it deploy, or do I need just to create some stuff? Interesting. Look like I don't need to deploy it before. Or maybe it fails if it's not before. It looks here like it's deploying it. That's pretty cool. So it's even putting the instrumentation key and everything. So if we put, that's pretty cool. So if we put, I could do that. I could change that. Interesting. So I'm curious now. So it does all of that. Does it need to be? It's pretty cool. So, okay, let's delete all of that and I will create another one. So let's delete that resource group. How much time do we have? We have time. Delete. Yeah, delete everything. We'll delete this. So here, Azure URL shortener. So let's deploy a new version of it without creating the swap before. I know I say, yeah, this name is already created. Let's try it. Does it fail? Okay, so this, and it will be a AAA test 10 min. Here we'll go with Frankie's, if I can spell it correctly. Notes. Am I missing anything? I think we're good. Let's create and review. Validation pass. So if it fails, it's okay, because like I'm trying to not do what the documentation is saying. But if it passed, it means we can simplify the documentation. Well, we still need, and then like we could use, like I was saying, the authorization level, and in that great ARM template here, we could just say take the security token from like the Azure function and just inject it in the configuration and pass it. So we'll need to change the code in the Blazor. That's not too difficult. right? If we go in the Blazor admin, where is it? I'm getting in pages. Let's say URL manager. Like here, when I do that request, I will need to pass that security, but you know, just say, hey, config read that thing and just pass it, and at least we'll have some kind of security. And that would be good. I need water. But so we did deploy then. So everything is kind of there, but it's confusing if you don't know. Like I know it's not like, yeah, I know, not inside out, but I know this solution enough that I was able to deploy it. But I totally get it that you need to do that. So I'll change that. Well, deployment is going well. Still doing the URL shortener. So I wonder if it did deploy the static web app though. The static web app, it looked like it was. Oh, come on. If that works, I will really have kind of my worksheet. And I think I have better tool. Like I use Snagit to do a screenshot, so I'll probably refresh I will swap and do it from a Windows machine. I have a tool on Linux. Let's call again. Why am I having some issue? Come on. Let's call again. Let's call. Shutter, but it doesn't look as pro as the Snagit. I really like Snagit. Come on. Oh yeah, so now damn it. Oh no. So I created an admin, but there's no code. I think. Yeah, if I go and so I'm guessing APIs. Yeah, API is there, but there won't be any code. Task. Forgot. How do you set? Is it environment? No, it's not environment. Configuration? Maybe in configuration. General settings. Application settings. So it's set. See, so like we could add this here. General settings. Custom domain environment. So the source. Yeah, it says Microsoft, but it won't create. That's the problem here. So I need to deployment history. It won't work because I was in the okay, so that's why it won't work, because you're trying to create a CI/CD in a solution that you don't have enough permission. But where? Yeah, waiting for the deployment. It will never work, buddy. You don't have access. I wonder though if it would have worked. Is it proper English? If instead of, because when I did it here, that's a problem. So yeah, links are hard coded. That's why it needs to be done before. Okay, but then I could change it. That's cool. Okay, so it's a 2-time. It's not that bad. Sorry, it won't work. Let's go in home. Oh, go to resource group. It worked. It worked, but it won't work because here it will never. So where was it again? Environment. Yeah, waiting for deployment here. That will never work because this user doesn't have, and just like you, this user doesn't have access to the Microsoft account to create a CI/CD pipeline, right? So that's why you need to create it from a fork from your repo so you could deploy it. Okay, so now we learn that. So we need to make sure it's clear in the doc. But we did, so we did the first one though, but we deployed the stuff. So now we can delete everything here because I don't need it. We validate the point. Yeah, please delete everything. Cool. So that's great. We'll be able to do that, but I will need to change the code. So updating the wiki, that was all minor, right? It was just updating some images, making sure like we say, hey, like you like take note of your resource group. Here use the resource group that, you know, blah blah blah. And then it was specifying to delete the API, because by default when you create your static web app, it says use API in the folder. We should clean that up. So that's all docs, so I don't need to do any change requests. I should, but like, I mean, it's in the wiki, right? It's all in the wiki. I'll be able to do that. And for the change, for the security level, I will do a proper PR. That's all good. That's kind of cool. I think we're like, I know we are a little bit before the time, but I think that will be it for today, Cloudies. Because yeah, like, you know, in 10 minutes, I don't think I can start anything. I have kind of my worksheet, and like I said, like right now I'm on Linux. So let's close that folder. Any questions you may have on the URL shortener, an Azure function, a static web app? We can chit chat about something if I can be any help. So the plan will be to update that doc. If I can, I think I can do it today. So I may lurk a stream, work on that, and then move to all the work I need to do for today. But that I could do. And after that, what I really want to do for the URL shortener is really having, like, I want to implement the Open API. So we have the description, and also like what I was showing here, adding that's we already worked on, but this structure, so we could have like a very secure, like if you want to have the version with the admin, whatever you deploy is like, it's just the redirect. And like if we then want to have fun and create the CLI or something like that, we could have it. That would be cool. So yeah, I think I'll probably start doing like a 2 stream a week. So that's why I can have a proper progress. And also I would like to, so I've been working a lot on my own projects, and I want to start working on other people projects, like being a little bit more open source, if I could say, like go and just like implement. There's so much stuff to do. So yeah, so let me share that in the chat. And like we started that, we started another, was it? Oh yeah, we start working on another project also last week, no, 2 weeks ago. It was the to generate data, the bogus toolkit. So that would be cool also. I made a lot of progress, but I just didn't what's that one? Galaxy Brain, answer a discussion. Oh, that's cool. I have a new achievement. Yay! Yeah, so I did made progress on that. So now I have like a full API. I just didn't share it. I used it in my talk last week. And to generate a bunch of data and stuff. But yeah. So thank you all for being here with me today, chatting, having dropped. Congrats for Blazer, Mr. Magoo, who like was the champ of today with the score of 99. You know, hard to beat. And yeah, have a good weekend. Go outside a little bit if you can, if it's not too rainy, too hot. And I will see you next week. I will try. I have no idea when I will be streaming, so check for the notification and join me if you want. And have a good week, everybody. Bye.